An update in the lawsuit of Jamie Manina, that Pentagon advisor who sued me for defamation. We have filed a motion to dismiss in Washington, D.C. federal court, an anti-SLAPP motion, and we're going to take you through it. As you recall, Jamie Manina and his lawyer Mark Zaid are suing OMG and myself personally after the investigation we did exposing him. The attorney Mark Zaid is currently on X recruiting other clients that have been featured in our videos and seeking a crowdsourced effort. So Mark Zaid suing on behalf of Jamie Manina for defamation against us because we quoted Jamie Manina in the videos in DC in the restaurant. Jamie Manina, a senior advisor to the Department of Defense, talking about retired generals in the context of the Donald Trump presidency. The man was a self-described spy hunter meeting with our reporter, boasting loudly in restaurants about things he's doing with these retired generals, responding to the question about how we're going to stop Donald Trump.
I went into the intelligence community and I became an FBI special agent. So I became a spy hunter. So I was a counterintelligence agent, special agent at the FBI.
Mr. Manina described himself as a bureaucrat that was, quote, embedded in the Pentagon, stating that he worked in the Joint Staff, which is the top military command, unquote. Further stated the chairman of the Joint Chiefs was his boss. Now this quote is directly taken from Mr. Manina.
And my client is the Pentagon. So I'm embedded in the Pentagon. I work in the Joint Staff, which is the top military command.
So your boss is the Joint Chief? Is that what you said?
Yeah, the chairman.
Did I say it right?
The chairman of the Joint Chiefs.
During the first encounter, our undercover reporter asked Mr. Manina if he could do anything to, quote, protect the American people from stuff that President Trump might try to do. Mr. Manina replied that he was, quote, in conversation with a couple of retired generals to try and explore what we can do.
Is there anything you can do to, like, protect American people from stuff that he might try to do?
I'm in conversation with a couple of retired generals to try to explore what we can do.
So what I just said is all in our motion to dismiss. We're explaining that we're just quoting him. We're reporting on what he's done. So we just filed a motion to dismiss and an anti-SLAPP special motion. An anti-SLAPP is a law designed to protect people, especially journalists, from frivolous lawsuits meant to intimidate them or punish them from speaking out on areas of public concern. In paragraphs 41 through 45 of Mr. Manina's complaint, Mr. Manina claimed that a number of statements made by the defendants, that's us, are defamatory. We're going to take you through a couple of them and show why his claims of defamation are so absurdly dishonest, all taken from this motion to dismiss. First, quote, Mr. Manina had plans to utilize irregular strategies to undermine Donald Trump's presidency. They're claiming that's defamatory. We respond in this way. That statement was an accurate description, opinion made by OMG based upon Mr. Manina's own recorded comment stating he was in conversation with a couple of retired generals to try and explore what we can do, referring to interfering with the Trump administration during the Trump administration in minute 548 of the YouTube video that we released.
And I work at this top consulting firm, and my client is the Pentagon. So I'm embedded in the Pentagon. I work in the Joint Staff, which is the top military command.
So your boss is the Joint Chief? Is that what you said?
Yeah, the chairman.
Did I say it right?
The chairman of the Joint Chiefs.
Mr. Manina's comments go directly toward the economic and community well-being of the entire country. And Mr. Manina's comments are directly aimed at President Trump, possibly the most public figure of all time. DC law, here you see it in the motion, provides if a special motion to dismiss makes a prima facie showing that the claim at issue arises from an act in furtherance of the right of advocacy on issues of public interest, then the motion shall be granted. So here's another supposedly defamatory statement they bring up. Mr. Manina had made critical remarks about President Trump's nominee for Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth. So in our motion, we argue it is a fact that Mr. Manina made critical remarks about Trump's nominee for Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth. in the video 9 minutes in.
Hegseth.
Hegseth. Yeah.
Hegseth. Who's that?
He is a Fox News TV correspondent on Saturday.
So, what is he gonna do in the government?
Great question.
What's his job gonna be?
Secretary of Defense. It's possible he'll make it in. Yeah, it's possible. He also has a drinking problem. He's also cheated. He's been married 3 times.
Oh no.
He's cheated on all of his wives, all of his girlfriends. He's had some sexual assault allegations.
What?
Yep. This is all in the news, yeah. He's an alcoholic. There's a lot of observations of him drinking.
Mr. Manina's comments on the Secretary of Defense falls under the DC law we just provided to you. It's an issue related to a public figure, and the publishing of such comments was in furtherance of the right of advocacy on issues of public interest. Furthermore, half the country made negative remarks. Half the United States Senate made negative remarks about Pete Hegseth when he was a nominee for becoming Secretary of Defense. This is ridiculous. It's not defamation to quote someone criticizing a public figure. They also said this was defamatory. Mr. Manina collaborated with senior retired military leaders to devise methods to counteract Trump's administration. That statement is reporting. It's our journalism about what he was doing. The statement is an accurate description, opinion of what Mr. Manina said. Specifically, Mr. Manina stated he was, quote, in conversation with a couple of retired generals to try and explore what we can do, responding to the question about how we protect people from Donald Trump.
Is there anything you can do to protect American people from stuff that he might try to do?
I'm in conversation with a couple of retired generals to try to explore what we can do.
As you can see, there's nothing defamatory about any of this. It almost seems like the more true the reporting is, the more somehow defamation it is. Maybe something they argued back in England centuries ago, but that's not American. It doesn't exist in any American body of jurisprudence to say that the more true it is, the more libelous it is. That's the opposite of what should be the case. We literally see the words coming out of his own mouth. We actually see his lips moving. Maybe that's what they don't like. Maybe that's why they're suing us. One more supposedly defamatory statement they bring up. Quote, Mr. Manina is a top Pentagon advisor, a senior advisor, Joint Staff, Department of Defense, and a top Pentagon official. So Mr. Manina spoke to Heidi Doe, that's our anonymous source, journalist, regarding his role in the Pentagon. In this video, top Pentagon advisor reveals on hidden camera conversation with a couple of retired generals what we can do to protect people from Trump. Mr. Manina styled himself as a top senior Pentagon advisor, saying he was at a top consulting firm, and my client is the Pentagon. That's what he said. And he was embedded in the Pentagon, his words, direct quotes, in the Joint Staff, which is the top military command. Further, Mr. Manina went on to say that his boss is the chairman of the Joint Chiefs. This is what he said. Here, Mr. Manina's statements tying to the ultimate story he represented to our undercover journalist that he's a high-level official who works with retired military leaders to undermine the president. None of this is defamation. We're merely quoting him. We're literally holding a mirror up to him. Not even that. We're showing a video of his face in a public, crowded place, bragging about how he's a spy hunter. That's ironic, by the way. None of this irony is lost on any of us. But right now we're talking about this motion to dismiss. And like many of our subjects, Jamie Manina rejects what he sees in the mirror. But that's not our problem, and that's not illegal, and that's not defamatory. We will continue to fight this case. We wanted to take you through this motion to dismiss, this special motion, anti-SLAPP motion, and like most of our legal fights, they come down to things that are so fundamental here that if we lose, it's kind of a paradox because the rights that we're talking about are really fundamental. And if we lose on this, then all of you are going to lose your rights. It's not about us, it's about the First Amendment. We will continue to fight this case, keep you updated. We have a nonprofit called Citizen Journalism Foundation. It's tax deductible. much of the resources will go to fighting lawsuits, protecting whistleblowers. We have another whistleblower, the Florida Tech individual who recorded the president that we're currently defending. We will never give in. We will never back down. Stay tuned.